iceberg open till it shatters through the ocean. I wanna make shockwaves. I wanna make shockwaves with you. Gonna move the ocean current.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, and other farm animals, it's time for some stream highlights. We're going to start things right off with a battle in World of Warships here. I'm in my Tier 7 German battleship, the Gneisenau. Not much of consequence that happened for the first 15 or 16 minutes of the match, except for the fact that I was getting constantly harassed by a couple of Fijis and helped take care of an enemy Fuso with the help of that Lazo up ahead, who's currently on 4 kills. However, that Lazo only has 3,700 health. And there's a König coming up the center of the Two Brothers map. So, I decide to tell the Lazo, hang on a minute, I'm in better condition, I will take care of the König. I'd much rather the Lazo put his remaining health pool to work, finding the enemy Fiji, which obviously I've been having trouble with the whole game, so I don't want to mess with if I can avoid, while I race in, try to keep the Lazo covered from enemy fire, and then turn to engage this Tier 5 German battleship, who's still got most of his health left. I go ahead and unload some guns into him. He bounces off me. I penetrate, do no damage. Friendly fire coming in from the north, shaves a few thousand health off. At this point, we're either A, going to ram, or become really close to each other. So I just keep pressing into the valley here, looking to unload some more shots, and then I pop into torpedo mode. He's not quite there, so I plant some more shots into him, and that's key. Gneisenau's 3 torpedoes will do about 30,000 damage. Haha! That König really should have rammed me if he wanted to do anything of consequence. So many ships, though, forget Gneisenau has torpedoes. And I've got a bunch of well-dones coming in from the rest of the team. However, at this point, I'm not in much of a better way than that Lazo, and there's still a King George V in play, Tier 7 British battleship. So I pop my repair, get as much as I can out of it, but I'm still only on about 16,000 health. That King George V and I could really tussle if we get in range, but he's got fire coming in from all directions. I say I'm not in a good way to fight the Fiji. The Fiji kills the Lazo, but the Warspite manages to kill the Fiji. That's his 3rd kill. Both the Warspite and the Lazo, by the way, had monster games. I really did like their gameplay. And to his credit, too, the Lazo could easily have tried to go in for his 5th kill. That would have been his Kraken Unleashed. But he let me come in, let me take the damage, because I would have been able to take it better than he would have. Now, Fiji's dead, just the King George V. I'm not in a good way for a fight still, but that King George V is really in it now. They tell me to try and tuck in and heal. I don't have any repair parties left, but I've just cut some shots off at the King George V. I'm still expecting a fight.
Or that.
Yep, there we go. Most of this, by the way, was being recorded in post. I was very quiet during the game. All in all, a very good game.
Ha ha ha. Woot. That's how you play Gneisenau right there.
And it really was. That was my best game of the day. Nearly 10,000 experience between the regular and free experience, a devastating strike medal, and a dreadnought medal, one of the rarer medals. 60,000 damage, more than 250,000 credits, of which I kept about 200,000. Next up, we're on to World of Tanks for a little bit. I'm in a Tier 6 match on my AT-8, which is the Tier 6 British tank destroyer. And a lot of this has been recorded at the time, so I'm not going to be saying too much in post here. You'll just be able to listen to then me.
That's my brother in the background, messing with the cat. with the AT-8 is that it's damn slow. This thing is not going to set any speed records. I mean, I'm pretty much flat out doing 20 kilometers an hour.
And indeed, it would be almost another 30 seconds to a minute before I would actually get to my spot, just because of how slow the AT-8 is. Once I get there, things get interesting. Quite quickly.
The good news is that the enemy team don't really have any dirt guns.
What I'd said there was that I was worried about the box tank. The Su-100Y has a very good gun. It could pretty easily be capable of penetrating the armor in this.
Really? Thunderbolt. I don't. Thunderbolt's panicking a little bit. Rip the tracks off all you want, Churchill. I'm not going anywhere.
For the lols. Now this is my trouble.
And this is what the AT-8 is good at. I see you there, Mr. Cheeto. Don't think I'm not getting to you. Ooh.
Get moving.
Churchill bounced. Cheeto bounced. Churchill bounced. M6 missed. Load faster than that, buddy boy. Churchill bounced. M6 bounced. Cheeto blew my tracks off. Thunderbolt bounced. M6 bounced. And he's shooting premium now. Thunderbolt finally decided to fire high explosive. Cheeto only took my tracks off. Really, Churchill?
Those tracks off. Takes his tracks off.
You're just spamming high explosive at me. I'll go ahead and shoot the Thunderbolt again. Cheeto bounced. That was zippy. M6 took my tracks off again. That was pretty shaky. You guys can keep taking my tracks off all day. I will just sit in this position. Jesus.
I didn't even notice that AMD 178 Bravo had shot me in the behind. And finally, I go down after blocking over 3,000 damage, and probably eating a bunch more of it with my tracks. They just could not get through the tank.
It took the M6 that long to focus me down with premium.
Next up, still in World of Tanks, we have a Tier 8 match on steps. I'm in the Rheinmetall Borsig, the lovely Borsig, which is my favorite tank. It's the Tier 8 German tank destroyer. I love it because it's tiny, it's easy to hide, and has a really cool gun. 150 mil. Penetration's not exactly that great, especially if it gets up-tiered, but in a top-tier game like this, you can really wreck some face with 750 alpha damage. So, we're going to scoot up to the usual tank destroyer spot at this end of the map, and I'm going to let Past Me take over, because you might recognize this scene from the channel trailer. There's a KV-2, an M6, let's see what happens.
KV-2. Now the hand is on the other foot.
And I say that because I was just playing my KV-2 in the match before. Now, with that KV-2 hit, I took off almost all of his health and also got some spotting damage on the M6. Interestingly, the KV-2 hasn't run for home knowing there's a Borsig out here. But I'm reloaded and ready to shoot something. And then the M6 pops up and, well...
Scratch one M6. Oh, hey, it's me in another universe. Enemy Rheinmetall Borsig. Oh, KV-2. 7501K? Question mark? Friendly KV-2. Enemy Borsig. I'm watching you, Borsig. Damn it. Well, enemy Borsig is dead. Friendly Borsig is not dead because that's me. KV-2 is dead.
And I got a little bit bashful for a moment, because even though I have 1100 health, I have almost no armor. But I decided I need to go and back up my team, so I start pushing ahead, looking to give them some help.
Need to make sure to back these guys up. That Carnarvon Action 10's doing very well. The T-150 and the KV-2, though, are not in the best ways, especially for fighting off a 75.
And indeed, it was a good thing I pushed up, for we started having problems on the eastern and central flanks too. We needed to make this quick.
Hotchkiss. Come here, Hotchkiss. No, I don't want to go chasing a Hotchkiss. Not this thing. Not in a Borsig.
Yeah, those EBRs go at a ridiculous speed, and the Borsig, while it is a pretty nimble tank, only goes 35 kilometers an hour, so I'm not going to go chasing a Hotchkiss. And while I'm busy seeing if the 7501K is going to come out, I start hearing concerning things. Namely, the Carnarvon Action 10 starts taking hits, so I'm like, wait a minute.
You could hear the Carnax taking hits.
And then a couple things happen that kind of force my position. First, the T-150 scoots over and starts taking big hits. Second, the KV-2 starts pushing up and looking for Artie, so I immediately come out to back him up. I know that artillery would love to kill a KV-2, so I try and get him to wait up, but he really wants that Artie kill and keeps pressing ahead, even though I'm furiously typing at the keyboard telling him, "Don't go in alone! Don't go in alone!" and sniffle. So, with that, the KV-2 and I are pushing up looking for artillery, and any other enemy tanks that we might be able to put some shots into and give some support to the weak eastern flank, because it looks like almost all the enemy team are over there. Yeah, the KV-2 wants an artillery kill. Past me interjects for a moment about artillery kills as I'm running over fences, but then a couple things happen that really give me trouble. First, the KV-2 takes some big hits and is left on perilously low health. I take a shot in the side, right there, from the Skoda T-40, and then the KV-2 is killed. I'm now the only tank this far north, except for a Carnarvon Action 10 and a T-150 on perilously low health. There's a Hellcat and a T-78 coming up, but they're not going to be here for a little bit, and there are still 6 enemy tanks in play, including an artillery. The artillery is busy taking pot shots as I look around for a place to be able to pop up, spot, and fire upon enemy tanks. The Skoda T-40 pops up, as does the E-25. The E-25 kills the T-150. The Cromwell pops up on the screen, takes a hit from our artillery. The Cromwell's backing up. I look for a shot at the Skoda. There's no shots at the Skoda, so I back up. I suspect I may have been spotted by something, maybe that E-25. I don't have Sixth Sense on the Borsig. The T-78 shows up. The TL-1 enemy tank pops up on the screen. Enemy light tank. The E-25 is scooting over. I don't think I can keep up with it with the gun, and it goes behind a hill. Meanwhile, the Cromwell is back on my screens, but now he's gone undetected. The Skoda pops back up. I still don't have a shot. Enemy SU-101, that's a big problem. That could delete me in one shot right now. TL-1 looks to be peeking up over the ridge, and then the TL-1 dies. The Cromwell pops up. I go ahead and plant a shot into him. Scratch one. Cromwell. We're down to 2 enemy tanks left. Everyone's rushing in, trying to get the final hits. The Skoda and the artillery are all that's left. The Carnarvon Action 10 goes for it. The T-78 goes for it. The artillery's been found. I reload. The Carnarvon destroys the Skoda, and our Stridsvagen 74 takes care of the artillery. Game, set, and match. Now, this one's a little different. This one's not about me. I was in it, but I was merely a witness to the terrible events that are about to happen. See that T-26E5 with a WN8 rating of 5? He's going to be the main player of this whole thing, and a lot of this is going to be taking place in chat. So I hope you are able to read the battle chat here. He already says he fully intends on pushing his own teammates around the map all game on purpose. He's scum. And on top of that, he's just in a trial tank to be scum. He's in a premium Tier 8 heavy tank that could easily win the game for his team. I'm in my KV-2, by the way. I ask him why. And he says, to troll them. Here we go. Oh good, we've got a troll in our Tier 8 premium. Now, I will be the first to admit that my play in this game is pretty terrible. I mean, I'm a KV-2 in a Tier 8 match. I'm not the most heavily armored tank under any circumstance, but I still make some stupid decisions and die pretty quickly. All I am is a witness to the events of this replay. Keep an eye on chat as we go through the battle, because it'll start popping pretty soon. In the meantime, I'm going to go get stuck in town, find some tanks to shoot at, which would normally be a pretty good idea, except I'm a KV-2 in a Tier 8 game. First, I creep up to this building, wondering if there's anything down there. There's not, so I start advancing forward. Potential shot at a 110 down there, but there's a building in the way, so I start looking for shots of this Tiger 1, forgetting that I'm a KV-2 in a Tier 8 game. There could be something else over there, but eventually I put my common sense cap back on and decide to go join the AMX M445 over behind the building, get shot in the side by the IS-2. Tiger 1 takes a shot, misses. I take a shot at the Tiger. It misses as well and hits the building. I back up, dodge the shot from the IS, but the Tiger 1 leaves me on less than a quarter health. I'm panicking. As you can tell, I'm doing stupid stuff like running into the building, trying to reload. My crew is stunned. I'm on less than a quarter health. Tiger 1 pops off my screen. I creep out, see if the IS-2's there. I didn't see him, but something takes a shot at me. I'm backing up, trying to get a good angle to shoot down the street. trying to bait fire out. The IS-2 fires and misses. Tiger 1 pops back out. I take a shot at him. I did damage, but the Tiger 1 finishes my game. And there it is. The T-26E5 is still taking a gun out of the game because the KV-85 is now trying to hold him in place to let the M12, it was the M12, get away. And there I am in chat. What the hell is wrong with this guy? And I immediately report him for unsportsmanlike conduct. This KV-85, though technically he should be the one getting reported, is actually just trying to keep this guy from harassing the artillery and making them incapable of doing their jobs. But nevertheless, there are now 2 guns that are basically useless, because the KV-85 is going to start taking hits, so's the T-26E5. At least the KV-85 is making an effort to look for things. But this is just what we've ended up with this T-26E5 in his trial tank deciding to troll his entire team. Losing. We've lost 6 tanks, we've lost 7 tanks, the enemy team have only lost 2 tanks. I'm getting grumpy with this guy in chat, telling him, why doesn't he go play instead of trolling people who are just trying to play the game? He's taking shots at some things, but I can't tell what he's taking a shot at. He take a big hit from the artillery, but the KV-85 takes a bigger hit, and I'm getting annoyed with this guy, honestly. I shouldn't have argued with him in chat, but still. It's just a little ridiculous that there's this guy here. For a moment, I pop into another tab and type something, but I'm still trying to keep focus on this game. Artillery fires and creams some tank. Doesn't quite kill him, though. We've lost another tank. We now only have 6 tanks left. We've pulled a few kills back, and then the T-26E5 plows right into the side of the M12. He's back at it again. KV-85 comes over. Best of intentions, didn't quite get the result he wanted because he kept pushing the M12. The T-26E5 gets the M12 killed, not allowing him to run away, and then the KV-85 starts backing the E5 back into a corner. T-26E5 fires, both tanks take another big hit. KV-85 is dead. And at this point I decide I've just had enough. I'm reporting this guy and getting the heck out. This was despicable gameplay on this guy's part. I'm sorry you guys had to see that. Now, I suspect you might need some cheering up after that fiasco, so we've got a Tier 6 match in the KV-2 on Fisherman's Bay. KV-2, the lovely king of derp, or as I call it, the burp, because it burps shells downrange and blows up tanks. You've also got your blaps, which are long guns that are really accurate and do lots of damage. You've got your average tanks, then you've got pew-pew-pews, which don't do a lot of damage, but fire very, very quickly. Now, I've muted the audio from this part of the replay because I was doing some absolute nonsense talking with the people on the stream, so I'm just going to go ahead and fill this in post. We've got the KV-2, we've got the Tier 6 match, and things are starting to shape up. I'm going to be heading for town because that's where the KV-2 fights best. Now, the thing with KV-2 is it is slow. It'll take a little while to get to town, but once it gets to town, we'll be having some fun. Because anytime you have a KV-2, things are remarkable, especially if it's top tier and it can just delete tanks in one hit. But you've got to have the fire discipline to make sure that your shot goes where it will penetrate and do all that 910 damage. We're following Fury into town. And about this point, I'm going to hand it over to Past Me, who starts doing some talking. And you'll recognize a scene from the channel trailer coming up soon. So back over to Past Me with what actually went on during the stream. Another T50. So this is why the KV-2 is not a blap. Oh, hello, burp. Yeah, that's why the KV-2 is not a blap. It's a burp, and it is very good at burping. The T50-2 didn't know what hit him. Well, he probably did, but
Come on out, KV-85. Or Sherman Easy 8. Burp. Full damage. Burp. Ooh, another T-50-2. It's behind the house. Yes, it does. That never gets old. Heavy tank number 6. Yeah, you can shoot me all you want, buddy boy. 1, 2. Ah! I got a 40 DB shooting me in the booty. Leave my booty alone. Ow. That was still fun. 1,562 damage. 3 shells. 3 kills. I call that a good start to the stream. Wouldn't you guys? Now, for this last World of Tanks replay, although we do still have some World of Warships and a bit of Minecraft coming up too in the video, I'm going to show you part of a battle I fought on Kharkov, Tier 8 battle in the AT-7, Tier 7 British destroyer. You saw the AT-8 earlier. The AT-7 is the next step from that. I've gotten that one later in the week. So we're going to see a little bit of me playing in that and just having an absolute freak out when things don't exactly go as I had planned. I have to load premium for this asshole. Oh! Treats me anyway, I guess. Just healed my... Oh, he's going right for the commander's hatch. Yeah, he knows where to shoot this thing. That is a KV-2. That is AKV-3! Oh, I am in the middle of it now! Oh, Jesus. Oh, leave me alone. Ow! No, 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 no. Ow! Sad! Whip! Damn it! Ah! No, 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 no! Ah! Fuck me! Ow! Yeah, that did not quite go as I had planned. Alright, we're going to change gears to World of Warships now. I have a Tier 7 co-op battle in my Gneisenau. I'm top tier, Tier 7 German battleship, so here we go. Ah, I'm already in torpedo mode.
Good job.
Well, just because you've heard him doesn't mean anyone else on the stream has.
What?
I'm interacting with people on chat.
And I'm
Anyway.
interacting with the kittens.
Yeah, he's gonna pet my cat.
Our cat, basically. I grew up with this cat. Plus, remember, I knew this cat when I was way younger.
I'm the one that picked her out. She is my cat.
Well, we both grew up with her.
Anyway, my brother is trying to steal my cat.
It's my cat now. He's like, fuck that. Wait. Is yours a swear free zone?
So, Gneisenau, Tier 7 German ridiculous thing. Again, totally balanced and not in any way overpowered. Tier 7 German battleship. And there's a destroyer. Go figure. Hi there, Haida. I'll just blap some guns in your direction. Don't think I'm gonna hit you, but... What do you know? I actually hit you. Oh, and I'm also shooting down aircraft. Yeah, established communism. Yes. And there's past me talking nonsense on the stream again. Couple more good hits there. And it's dead before I ever get in torpedo range. Excellent. It's der König. It's the König. Tier 5 German sibling to this ship. I'm still gonna blap guns at it for. Oh, York. York. Tier 7 German cruiser. Haha, you missed. You didn't. I'm on fire. Yeah, I saw the York's torpedo run coming a mile away, hence why I was turning. Only 2 of mine hit, but still. Yep, there goes that ship. And I've only used 1 side worth of torpedoes, which means I've still got the other. And there's a König coming. Seem familiar? Yeah, it's modded. These are based off the designs from Arpeggio of Blue Steel, I believe. Now, you might recognize this already, seeing as I've already blown up 1 König this video, but this one is from the channel trailer. So you're going to get to see this scene in full detail. And here it comes. Ha 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 ha! That never gets old. And indeed does not, because there's still a couple ships lurking out there. I'm probably not going to get to the King George V in time, but I've just spotted a carrier. So that's going to be fun. Let's go see what we can do with this guy. In fact, the King George V is dead, so he's no longer a problem. It's just the carrier left. Now, I'm steaming at full speed out that way, but we'll see if I get there before we cap out and get all the points we need. So did you get to see the old 30,000 damage torpedo boop? I should have made a clip of that. Hopefully I'll be able to do it again to this carrier. Which has basically gone into, oh shit, I don't know what to do mode. We hear my brother whispering something in the background, but it does not look like I'm going to be able to get to this carrier in time to torpedo. In fact, we're just about to reach 1,000 points. But still, not a bad match at all. 87,000 damage, 2 kills. Oh, I guess we won without killing the carrier. Well, while there were some Minecraft stream highlights I wanted to include in this one, it's already around 36 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here. The Minecraft stream highlights will instead be included in Stream Highlights Episode 2, and I'm only going to be including a couple days worth of stream highlights at a time instead of having these big long videos. Hopefully we'll get them down around 15 to 20 minutes. In the meantime, if you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you like the channel so far, go ahead and subscribe, bell me, maybe join the Discord community, link down in the description. Or if you really like the channel and want to support us big time, there's going to be a link to my Buy Me a Coffee page in the description as well. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care.